What happens when Ethan Coen, Margaret Qualley, and Aubrey Plaza team up for a late-night crime comedy packed with gore, queer energy, and devilish charm? A raucous Cannes premiere, a 6-minute standing ovation, and a film that might just redefine the detective genre. Margaret Qualley and Aubrey Plaza light up Cannes in Ethan Coen's outrageous queer crime comedy Honey Don't. In the early hours of Saturday morning, well past the stroke of midnight, the Cannes Film Festival audience was wide awakened, wildly enthusiastic as Ethan Coen's newest solo-directed film, Honey Don't, roared onto the screen. The 90-minute detective comedy thriller, starring Margaret Qualley, Aubrey Plaza, and Chris Evans, delivered a whirlwind of blood, laughs, lust, and subversion and earned a rowdy 6-minute standing ovation. The midnight screening, delayed by half an hour due to the crush of the crowd trying to get into the Palais, didn't begin until 12:30 a.m. But festivalgoers didn't seem to mind one bit. In fact, by the time the film's title card appeared, after cheers for every single production and distribution logo, the Cannes audience was electric with anticipation. And when the lights came up, the applause turned into a jubilant roar. Writer Trisha Cook, who co-wrote the film with her husband Ethan Coen, summed up the crowd's mood with a powerful closing remark: "More queer cinema all the time." A bold new chapter for Coen. Honey Don't is Coen's second solo directorial effort following 2023's Drive-Away Dolls, also co-written with Cook and starring Qualley. But where Drive-Away Dolls was quirky and breezy, Honey Don't leans harder into chaos, bloodshed, and camp, drawing comparisons to pulp noir, screwball comedy, and even grindhouse cinema. This is Coen without Joel, and he's clearly enjoying his freedom to push boundaries. "I love a short movie that starts late," Coen joked to the audience, microphone in hand, just before the ovation began to wane. Very humane. The story, set in a dusty, small-town American nowhere, Honey Don't, centers on Honey O'Donoghue Qualley, a cunning, ultra-cool private investigator who begins unraveling a series of bizarre deaths linked to a shadowy church. The deeper she digs, the stranger things get: femme fatales, cultish ministers, missing persons, and a trail of clues soaked in blood and innuendo. Chris Evans delivers a scene-stealing performance as the church's dangerously charismatic minister, a role that flips his typical clean-cut image into something far more flamboyant and sinister. Aubrey Plaza plays a woman tangled in the mystery, bringing her signature deadpan wit and unpredictable intensity to every frame. Charlie Day and Billy Eichner round out the ensemble, each contributing high-voltage energy and sharp comedic timing. A personal night for the stars. The Cannes screening also carried personal weight. This marked Aubrey Plaza's first red carpet appearance since the death of her husband, filmmaker Jeff Bina, in January. One fan shouted, "I love you, Aubrey," as she entered the theater, prompting a warm round of applause. Margaret Qualley was cheered on by her husband, musician and producer Jack Antonoff, who sat in the audience. He had reason to celebrate. Antonoff collaborated with Coen on 3 original songs for the film, all performed by Qualley herself. One track in particular drew comparisons to Lana Del Rey with its dreamy noyesh tone, sleaze, style, and queer sensibility. Honey Don't is drenched in sensuality and stylized violence. But it's also a deeply queer film, something both Coen and Cook proudly emphasize. It refuses to take itself too seriously, instead delivering a camp-infused narrative with knowing winks and subversive twists. "I had to suppress my natural Scooby-Doo instincts," Qualley joked in an interview with ID ahead of the festival. "Honey is smooth. She's skillful. She slips in and out of scenes unnoticed. I had to tone down my urge to diffuse every situation with a joke." Instead, Qualley taps into a sultry, mysterious register. channeling old-school noir heroines with a modern tongue-in-cheek twist. The result is one of her most magnetic performances, yet equal parts seductive, sharp, and strange. Looking ahead, Honey Don't already has distribution in place with Focus Features and will hit us theaters on August 22nd. Based on the Cannes reception, the film is likely to attract audiences hungry for genre-bending thrills and bold female-led storytelling. As the credits rolled, the crowd roared. Coen, Cook, Qualley, Plaza, and the entire team soaked in the ovation. It was a moment that blended celebration with defiance, humor with heartache, and spectacle with substance. In a festival often dominated by art-house austerity and high-concept drama, Honey Don't was something else entirely. Wild, unfiltered fun. And as Time Out critic Phil DeSemlian tweeted post-screening, "The midnight movie is back, and it's horny, queer, and you've been warned."